we have our gentleman here who has 360 waves going on. You can see what he got. And a few weeks ago, we showed you a haircut with the 360 waves. Again, someone called and said they didn't understand what I meant when I said take it down, gradual. Okay, well he has, right now this is about a 4, 3 or 4, and he wants to get down to a 1.5. We're not going to jump down to 1.5 right away. So we're going to go 2 first with the grain and take it down gradual. You don't want to jump down from 3.5 right down to 1.5, because what'll happen is you'll cut his waves out and it won't look as clean and crisp as it could look if you just go down by steps. So we just want to follow that grain, the way it goes. Make sure you put the finger over his ear so that you don't hit his ear. This is the number 2 blade. Same way all the way around. For the most part, it's a simple haircut. If you follow it correctly, when you get here in the crown, see up in the crown here, the same thing. You get right up in the crown, come right down with it. Make sure you follow the track. There you can see the way it flows. Okay. All in here. Make sure you continue to comb it. Ear down. All the grain. Right here. Make sure you comb it before you start this direction. You comb it down that direction, and you go that way. And that's how you avoid. That's how you avoid gapping the client. This is a 2 with the grain, but he wants it down to a 1.5. Okay. Now, since this is going to be taped out in the back, I'll just go ahead and come up a little bit on this. Get that taper going, since I'm here already. Okay, so now we go to our 1.5 blade. Same process, but now you got to be very careful, because you're taking off more hair, and you're going to follow the same way. So just like you see how this grain comes down, if you can move in, you see how this grain comes down here, and then right here it goes off to the left. Okay, so it comes down and it goes off to the left. You don't want to come down and go right across that, because now you're taking that line out. So if you're coming down like this, you want to go off to the left. You see that? You come down, go off to the left. You follow the whole, just like you're on a highway. See? Just because you're going down, you don't keep going down. You go down, you go off to the left, off to the right, off to the right. You see that? Now if I had to went across that, I would have cut all that wave out. Okay? If I had came right down straight, I would have took all his waves out right here. And that's the thing that a lot of people do. They don't follow the grain all the way down. You have to do that. Okay, you see the difference now in his neck? Because I followed that grain all the way down. Same thing on this side. Okay? The ear down. Now sometimes when you cutting 360 waves, and you might have lights and darks, and so you got to be aware of that. Like right here, it's a little light, so I don't want to go over that too much. Okay, so I'll go around it. I'll cut around it. And the more you cut it correctly, the more the waves will pop out. See that? And this is the 360 up here on the top, and this is where you see it goes all the way around the same way. Now you want to ride that the same way. Pull the ear down, and right down. You must follow the way the hair flows. Then you get on top. You want to make sure that you take your time and get the top, because I see a lot of times barbers get afraid over here, so it looks kind of raggedy up here in the corner. I'm sorry, the top of the apex of the head. You want to make sure that you take your time, and even if you gotta do scissor, comb, or scissor over comb or whatever, but you want to make sure that this doesn't look raggedy and looks like you don't know how to clean it up. It should be nice and clean up here on the crown. I'm sorry, the apex of the head. Okay, all right now. So now we're gonna go back around to the front. Gonna finish off, make sure all the loose ends, for the most part, cut away. And that's it for the most part. So now let's go ahead and just put our neck taper on the back. Okay, we're gonna start right here. Now again, we want to make sure that we take into consideration how the grain falls. Okay, so that's his neck. And so I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna do a little mountain taper. So instead of going straight across, I'm gonna follow that line going up, and that's gonna be how we're gonna taper that. Okay, so now that's the base. Okay. Gonna come back. Gonna go against the grain here. We're gonna begin to put this taper in place. And I think this is the 3/16. Take that same 3/16 and come down. Keep it open and wide and come down on it. Then close it up, come down on it again. Follow it the same way. Okay. Matter of fact, take that same 3/16 and go all the way around to get rid of the edges, the curls around the neck. This side of the taper. See, this can get it a little better than the metal blades. You don't want taper here, right? Do you? No. Okay. So we're just gonna do taper here. Okay. So now we go to our number one. The number one blade open, wide open. This is on the wall. And I'm doing a flicking motion so I don't leave a heavy line of demarcation. Okay, so flicking motion. And if you flick it just right, you won't leave any line of demarcation. Okay, now halfway in, about that same line, come up about another 1/4 of an inch. Okay, close it all the way up. Okay, now any lines of demarcation, you want to go ahead and get them out now. Okay, we now have our 1/16. Open up wide. So we go right there, right next to the opening of that taper. Close it up halfway. And just right there, a light flick. Okay. If you see any darkness, anything that doesn't need to be there, you will go ahead and just take that out. Okay. Again, you want to smooth this out. A nice smooth transition. And it's just a matter of working with it until you get it like you want. If it's still too dark, you come down, you take your one, you open your one up and come down on it. If that's not enough, you close it up. You gotta do trial and error, but you always start higher and come down. You can always take more hair off. You can't put more hair on. Okay? Okay, so that's your neck. Okay. Now you want to go ahead and just take your neck out, line it up. Then you comb it away again to make sure that nice and crisp, nice and straight. See that? And that line there has to be just like this line. So you want to stand off of it and begin it, and then look at it and see how it's coming down, and then gradually bring that line down. Same thing you did on the other side. Comb that line down. Let's just stand off of it. And here you just close it all the way up, spin it. You want to try to make it look the same as possible on both sides. Especially when you get it cut like this, you don't want to have it looking too much different. And that's your neck. As you can see right here, this is what I'm talking about. The curls here makes it kind of hard to see what you're doing. But I'm going to follow that. When you go on here, you go against that with your edge. That cleans all that up. Same thing here. Same thing, follow it all the way around. So when I want to curve it, I have to go against it. Now I can also freeze this in place with some spritz. Now I'll probably do that over here. So you comb it out again. Anything sticking over. That's how you do that. Same thing back here. Okay. Now in this situation here, it's kind of dark, so I'm gonna go ahead and tape that in a little bit. So 1.5. So I'll tape that in a little bit. Excuse me, 2. Yes, cleans that right up. That's how you clean all that up. Okay. Sure.